When it comes to learning about money, what did your dad teach you?
Mortgages are scary.
Mortgages are scary. Save, save, save.
Yeah.
Was my
That's all.
mentality. Yeah.
See, and maybe that's not quite everything you need to know.
Darren Weeks is going to be joining us talking about the things you need to teach your kids about money. Glenn's getting schooled in it right now.
I think he's a millionaire. Just there.
Darren Weeks is the founder of the Fast Track Group and believes that an early start in money education will lead to a higher financial finish. Good morning, Darren. Dave's going through your game already.
It's very exciting. You're in town doing some wealth seminars for some adults and young people as well, but you're on the show to talk specifically about helping young people understand. Tell us a bit about cash flow for kids, what the game's about.
Well, it's a great game that allows kids to experience how money works as opposed to just hearing about it, and it allows them to understand how expenses work, because there are expenses in the world. It allows them to understand that mom and dad aren't money machines.
Yeah.
So it teaches them the value of earning money and then having money work for the kids.
And this is a game, if people want to get it for their kids, what age level are they looking at?
The kids' game is typically 6 to 11 years old.
Okay.
Okay, great time to start learning.
Yes.
And you're big on teaching our kids about some really basics on money, and you go through a few points. The first one is save what you earn and set goals.
Well, I have a 4 and a 6-year-old, first of all, so I can talk from experience. And my son Connor, 6 years old, he's already saving for a car. So, he's got some goals. He wants to save for a car, so he's got a bank account specifically for that. But he also has a bank account for charity and also one for spending. So a little bit in each one.
And do you suggest for them and for adults, for that matter, different bank accounts, or just to divide it in your head in one account?
Different bank accounts so that it's real, they can see it, and they can, again, see the balances go up and down in the spending one, and see the investment one grow. So I have different accounts so they can see the differences.
Smart.
The next one, don't borrow what you can't pay back. That's a tough one for a lot of adults.
Well, we were talking earlier, this game actually could be used for a lot of adults too, so of course that's a no-brainer, but if the kids learn early, then hopefully they don't get into those habits later on. So it's all about habits while you're young as opposed to making mistakes when you're older.
And a lot of that, like we've said before, it's ingrained. It becomes emotional. For me, like I was talking before, I heard about mortgages because my parents grew up in a tough mortgage time, so I have this fear of mortgages. It's just in me.
Yeah, I mean, typically you're going to grow up the same way your parents grew up, and 98% of Canadians are going to grow up in a poor dad household. And there's all kinds of different beliefs out there, but I just want people to understand there's more than one way to do things.
Yeah.
So I would say don't pay off your mortgage.
Yeah.
That's my theory. But.
Invest with long-term goals. Your son already has a goal of a car.
He does, and I want them to understand that things can go up and down, basically, so it's got to be a long-term scenario, and also because of habits. And if you do it for the long term in cash-flowing assets, the kids can see their bank accounts increase dramatically, and it also helps with their math skills, too.
All right. Learn how to budget. Oh, come on. Why would you have to do that?
Well, again, a lot of adults need help on that, but my kids take every dollar they get, they put it into one-third, 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 so they're learning how to budget right away and realize, okay, if I want that skateboard, I've got to start saving up a lot of money because I want to get actually a third of what comes in to spend.
And you actually go to the bank and take them with you and sign them up for those accounts, not just the piggy bank. That's a different kind of a level?
Both. I do the piggy banks at home, and then once it accumulates a certain degree, then we'll go to the bank. We walk down to the bank, and we do it together and count the money and roll the loonies and quarters, etc.
And how old?
4 and 6.
And they get it? At what age did you find they start to get it?
In my household, it seems like they've always gotten it, but I never really talked about money as being negative.
Right.
So, again, it helps with their math skills, but I never said, okay, money is dirty like some people do. It's a part of our society. Like, every time you turn around, there's money involved. So it's just been part of their life since they've been, infants.
Another point you make, money is not good or bad. It's what you do with it that counts.
Absolutely. So, again, there's all these myths out there that, money is the root of all evils and, money's dirty and all these things, but that's not the case. It can be very helpful, and I'm very proud of the fact that rich people actually give back more than other people do, and yet a lot of rich people are called cheap or whatever, but actually the rich people help a lot in this world. So 1/3 of what my kids earn and myself goes to charity, so I think that's a big part of it, so the world can be a better place because of money, so it's actually a good thing.
And if there's one thing for you personally, what would you say this thing that's helped you be most successful?
Taking action. You've got to take action. I mean, just parking your money in a GIC is not going to work, in my opinion, so you've got to take action, and taking action is also by playing the game, reading a book, etc. So take action is the key.
I think a lot of kids, I know when I was growing up, I didn't have as much money as a lot of kids have now.
Yes.
They're accumulating like birthday parties. They're getting $50 bills. So they're experiencing a lot more money a lot earlier on. So this is really timely.
And it's what you do with that money. That's the key. So if they go blow it all, unfortunately, that's what they're going to grow into in adulthood. But if they can take that 50 and do things properly with it, they can help them throughout their entire life.
You're going to be leading some wealth seminars for the next 3 days, including 2 today at the Blackfoot Inn. Thanks for finding the time to come and chat with us.
Thank you very much.
We're going to have links and information on Darren Weeks on our website, btcalgary.ca. Don't spend it all.
Yeah.
I just am going to take home that message today.
You're set. We're going to go for a break. We'll be right back on Breakfast Television. Thanks again, Darren, for being here.